What's going on, everybody? Scotty White, World Combat Sports. We just finished the main card of the PPV, and the fight that I thought that was going to take the night was Jordanis Ugas and Omar Figueroa, but it was a back and forth exchange to the point where it was a bit tedium at points, but overall, Jordanis did enough to win. He absolutely outperformed Figueroa, outworked him, landed better shots. Just seemed like he was in total control without truly dominating the guy. But of course, we just finished watching Manny Pacquiao, who had super normal, how you put it, he has superpowers. That first knockdown was stiff. It was fast. And for someone to be 41 years old like that, thank God he was able to manipulate and finagle him way into a fight without any drug testing. Because Manny Pacquiao took some shots tonight at his age and wars that he's been in that I'm not sure if he could have took if he was actually being tested. That's period. Now, did he fight a good fight? Of course he did, because every time he blitzed, he didn't have a care in the world, man. He just blitzed. And when Keith Thurman went straight back, he was able to land a bunch of punches. Like if he threw a four-punch combination set, he was able to land most of them. Keith Thurman had the wrong plan. He was going straight back in a lineal digression, and he should have been exiting either to his left or right on the pivot and set up. So Keith Thurman really made some mistakes in there tonight too. And with Manny Pacquiao, he fought very actively, very active. And when he threw his punches, when he patted his head, like, come on, give me more. That's when he earned that advantage over Keith Thurman, his tenaciousness. He closed distance like, what? You can't do anything to me. That didn't hurt. What's going on, niggas? Thurman's versus AB. This is ready for Spencer Bud. Man, I really want Manny Pacquiao to face a heavy hitter next. Just don't freaking put him in there with soft touches talking about he's 41 years old. He went in there and fought a young gun and Keith Thurman. So put him in there with Terrence Crawford. Put him in there with the winner of Sean Porter, Errol Spence. We don't want to see him face Sergey Lipinets. We definitely don't want to see him face Jordanis Ugas. We don't want to see none of that. We want to see him fight somebody. Hey, salute, World Breaker, man. Salute. Hey, if you ain't doing a podcast, man, you did say it. You want to jump on here right quick, man. A salute to World Breaker that's in the building. That's what freaking juice will do to a fighter. For real. That's what you would get. You would get a superhuman. For real, man. That's all I can say about that. Manny Pacquiao. I want to see him in a fight with regular testing. Because I just don't get how he took them punches on the chin the way he did. And look, he wasn't even phased. He wasn't even phased. Period. The dude didn't even care. What y'all think? What y'all think about this fight? Be blatant honest. I want to hear your honest assessment. What do you think about the fight? What do you think about the main event? I want to hear what the fans have to say, what the aficionados out there have to say. Okay, cool. I'll do that. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm such a rookie at this stuff. I was up here trying to send you a link in the first place, man. Damn it. I thought I was already synced up with you in the first place. And y'all hold on tight. I'm trying to get the one and only World Breaker fighting up in here, man. So y'all give me a minute. I just sent you a link, man. Let me get back to the what's going on, everyone. Let me read some of your comments right quick. Okay, nigga said Peds. Many won a close fight. Thurman had the wrong game plan. He sure did. I agree with Thurman having the wrong game plan. Early on in the fights, he was just looking too sloppy on the entry and exit. It's just when he did land his combinations, why stay on center when you know Pacquiao is going to blitz? Timothy Bradley said he was going to blitz. Why you didn't take enough time to step out to the side and reset, man, and make it a more interesting fight? But yet you stayed right on center for him to just charge and land some damn shots on you. And that's when he knocked you out. You was going straight back. Don't they teach you not to go straight back? They teach you that in the fundamentals about do not go straight back. PM Dub, only thing that saved Thurman is Manny gassed a bit. Prime Manny KOs that guy. Yeah, man. It's possible the way Keith Thurman was looking. Manny Pacquiao, if he could have had enough gas in the tank, he started to look his age near the end of the fight, but he was up against Keith Thurman, who was fatigued a bit himself, bloody from the nose and shit. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get momentum going enough to stop and demand Pacquiao to stop blitzing the way he did and being reckless. Pacquiao up there doing the alley shuffle. He didn't give a damn about what was going on with Keith Thurman. He was pretty comfortable in what he was doing. Shout out to the legend himself, the one and only Manny Pacquiao. I mean, as much as I always try to be non-biased, you just can't tell me that was a Pacquiao I should respect because it was no drug testing for this. Pacquiao looked extra strong. He looked he looked rejuvenated. He looked powered up. He looked like he had vibranium. Pacquiao looked quick, sharp, and looked like nothing could hurt him. And when Keith Thurman landed that right hand on Manny Pacquiao, it didn't phase him. PM Dub said Manny should just retire and forget about Spence. Hey, that'd be a big payday for Spence to go in there and stop Manny Pacquiao. That'd be a big payday because you're trying to tell me the Manny Pacquiao you seen today, he'll go in there and do some damage with Spence. It ain't happening. I don't care if he on pace or not. Errol Spence beat the brakes off Manny Pacquiao. For real. He had his night. I have to give him his just due. He went in there and fought like Manny Pacquiao fights. But for him to look as good as he did against a younger dude early on and was able to drop Keith Thurman and he wasn't able to drop Adrian Broner, I just don't understand how that dynamic maturated, how that cactus was formed. Niggas said Manny is straight line. Man, Manny is straight line, and all Keith Thurman had to do is just step off to the side and hit him from a different angle, instead of going straight back and taking those punches from Manny. PM Dub keep been doing that. LO power up. Yeah, man. Shit. I was looking for the Black Panther out there or something. Shit, all that vibranium I saw seeping out of Manny Pacquiao's body. Shit stupid as fuck, man. I just don't get it.
What's up, Scotty?
Hey, everyone that's in the building, the one and only World Breaker Fighting is in the
Coming
building,
in
man.
pretty low on my end.
You say I'm pretty low?
I
Can
can
you
I
hear me?
can't even hear you, Scotty. Yeah,
Can you?
very very low.
Okay, hold on for a second.
Let me go back out. Okay, I think you're louder.
You good?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, cool. Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? I had the one and only World Breaker Fighting in the building. If you don't know who he is, you need to know. Part of the LDBC. And I have to give him his credit. He did see. I think he pretty much said that was going to happen for the Manny Pacquiao
So I
fight.
caught that fight. I caught that fight exactly the way it went. The only surprise was the knockdown in the first. That was my only surprise.
Yeah, you did say about a
I
split decision.
Yeah, I said if it goes 12, it's a decision. I said if Manny hurts him to the body, Keith's gonna back up and run off. Keith almost got knocked out in that 10th round.
Yeah, he did, man, because he kept going back in a straight line, man. It just pissed me the fuck off. I'm like, what you thinking about, brother? What's going on with you?
Yeah, I mean you gotta have heart, bro. Heart and ability. I've always maintained this, man. Keith Thurman is a mid-level welterweight. Him, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia. Sean Porter's next. You about to see the difference in levels between him and Errol Spence in September.
Yeah, I pretty much kind of have understanding how that's gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? But this was a shocker, for real. I thought for sure Keith Thurman would have enough to get past Manny Pacquiao, but I just have to place the Novada testing into the equation, bro. To kind of put some sugar on it, put some sugar
Listen,
on
if,
top.
if Manny Pacquiao got that knockout in a certain way, I would have questioned it too, but I
Mhm.
can't because at the end of the day, Manny looked tired as a motherfucker through the middle of that fight.
Yeah, he did. He looked like an old man.
Manny was worn out. Yeah, he aged in the fight. That's quite apparent. Manny, he's not going to make it against a Spence or anybody else. Man, that's very athletic.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing is, this was a difference in ability level. Manny Pacquiao is a guy that's 40 years old. A 30-year-old guy couldn't give him that work. Keith got some good shots in, but Keith couldn't break Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, he can
Look,
make him respect him either
no, not at all.
because every
And see,
time,
that one time is for low key fighters.
yeah,
When you rise to the level, you rise up in competition, and you're still doing that, you deserve that one time moniker. But they need to call him done time now because he's done.
yeah. Keith Thurman, he looked bad in the way his whole fight plan was. He kept going straight back. He allowed Manny Pacquiao to blitz him. Timothy Bradley said that Manny Pacquiao was going to blitz him. I mean, he went straight back, man. He didn't exit. He didn't freaking just. I don't know. His whole plan was all fucked up. It wasn't sorted out correctly. And like you said, it might have been
Yeah,
Hart, man. It might have been Hart that he just wasn't able to make those changes the right way. It seemed like
bro.
the one time he wanted to go in there and stay in the pocket and try to knock Pacquiao out. But every time he landed flush, Pacquiao said, okay, let's go.
Okay, bitch, what's up? And he came
Yeah, he
back.
came back.
That's the difference between a champion and a pretender.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
is, man.
difference.
That's a big difference, dog.
And I'm the first person to tell you, Manny Pacquiao is a career cherry picker. And I told people Keith Thurman was a cherry pick for Manny Pacquiao, and it happened exactly the way I said it would. And that's just real. Now, if it comes out, hey, Manny test pop dirty, don't matter because Keith couldn't do shit with it.
No, he
Keith
couldn't do
couldn't
he
do
couldn't
it.
do nothing with it.
If Manny popped dirty, Errol Spence would have dog walked him.
Yeah,
Terrence Crawford would have dog walked that dude.
yeah, they would have. Because there's no damn way you're gonna tell me neither of those two is gonna fight like Keith
They don't knock
Thurman
him out.
did.
Nah, Keith. So man, listen, I'm gonna be home in a little bit. I'm gonna get on my live stream,
Yeah.
and usually I don't talk shit when I'm right, but today I'm gonna talk shit today
And you
because
should,
it's
man.
necessary.
And you should.
If
All right,
people
cool.
they gotta know, they gotta
Yeah,
know.
for sure. I feel you, man. You should talk shit, man, because predictions are sporadic. Sometimes they're consistent. And when they are consistent and spot on, why not get on here? That's what it's for, man. Why not get on here and talk it up and get the fans involved and everything else? But I went for Thurman, man. I'm not gonna lie, I went for Thurman, and I thought for sure Thurman would be able to pull it out until I saw motherfucking Iron Man, goddamn, with his heart in place. He took right hands flush to the face and didn't even budge.
Mm-mm.
Didn't fucking budge
Dude,
one bit.
that was that dude's 71st fight, bro. That was that dude's 71st fight. Okay, you've been in there 71 times, and arguably you've been in there with the who's who
Yeah.
for the last 20 years.
Yep.
You done seen people that are better than Keith Thurman at what Keith Thurman does.
Yep.
The fact remains, even if Keith Thurman had won that fight, he would have lost that fight because he couldn't put this guy away.
True.
He couldn't hurt this guy. This guy hurt him twice.
Twice, man. And they was trying to say,
You know,
did he step on his foot initially? And guy was like, no. I think Keith Thurman would have said something if his foot was stepped on early on for the knockout.
his ass got
knockdown.
caught to the jaw, bro. He got caught to the jaw.
But Manny Pacquiao, just like you said about champions, right? Manny Pacquiao, once he started landing his punches, he didn't let up. As long as Keith Thurman was right there in front of him, he kept punching.
Yep.
He didn't let up, man, until Keith Thurman moved. And he didn't move quick enough, and then he hurt him again to the body. In the 10th, I'm like, fuck, man.
Made that boo boo come out. Made that boo boo
It
come out.
probably did,
Key
man.
like
It probably did, dog.
Key spit out the mouthpiece, and a little squirtle came out that ass. Real
They
tough.
probably taking fecal samples from his damn trunks right now to see if he was
Mhm.
clean or did he have a virus or something.
This ain't no Starbucks.
For real. This ain't the mocha special.
Said this ain't no nutrageous. What the hell?
For real, man. What do you think about any other fights on the undercard, man? What do you
Um,
think about Enos and
Ugas, Ugas is not upper tier either. He has the talent. He doesn't have the power. I mean, he couldn't put out a 40 pounder. I didn't see the Caleb Plant fight, and I'm trying to remember the other fight. Oh yeah, that was what's his name, Lipinets. I mean, Lipinets did what he was supposed to do against a late replacement. So that didn't do anything significant to me. I mean, I thought those fights went as they should have.
Mhm.
Ugas, I thought Ugas was gonna knock out Figueroa,
Yeah.
but Figueroa weathered the storm and just proved that Ugas has the talent, but he doesn't have the upper echelon power because his shots are nasty.
Yeah, he got some good shots and he was
They
in
just don't hurt.
tremendous shape, but they was dancing, holding and clenching too much, bro. They they was
Yeah,
holding
yeah,
and clenching too much, wasting time.
yeah,
I didn't fucking know what was up with that. Like the way he was pursuing Sean Porter is not the same fighter I saw in there against Omar Figueroa tonight.
yeah. Well, Figueroa, I had to commend Figueroa. He withstood that shit. He should have been knocked out. He's probably
I
fucked
mean,
up.
that's how he fight. He fought Guerrero like that, the Ghost Guerrero. I mean, he fought the other dude before that. You know, he loves fighting with his head down and old boy was giving them those uppercuts, man.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Man, I'm stuck in traffic. Let me get out of here, man. I'm gonna try to figure a way around this traffic real
All right,
quick.
cool, bro. Thanks always for dropping in the World Combat Sports. And those of you that's tuned in, be sure to subscribe to World Breaker Fight. All right, man. I'm out. I'll probably drop through on your live anyway.
All right, cool, man. I'll hit you in a little while.
All right, I'm out.
All right.
Yeah, that's just my post fight recap. I know some mixed martial arts came on today. I sure do. I'm just not going to cross thread because it was the biggest fight. There was a championship fight. I get the mixed martial arts on another day, probably tomorrow or what have you. But I know it's probably strictly boxing fans on here. If you are, and those of you that smash the like button, I truly appreciate it. Thanks for the support as always. Go check out the YouTube channel, man. You know, I put my work up there for Newark. You know, I had an interview up there, Andre Rozier. Interview up there with the WBO welterweight champ Terrence Crawford. You know, grandfather Wally, Shakur Stevenson, did an interview with him. You know, Josh Greer Jr., Shakur Stevenson. You know, I pretty much go to these places to put in some work, man, and provide content for you, the fans. All I want you to do is like share the video and put it out there as much as possible so I can continue to build my channel. Um, you know, they don't think you always need a team to make something grow. You really it helps if you got the right people around you, but if not and people don't want to help, you just continue to grow what you can grow and get your name out there, do hard work, man. And that's what I want y'all to see. You know, look at the body of work that I did just over a year, you know, just attending fights on my own. It's fun, it's a passion. I'm continuing to get better at it. And people hit me on the inbox and said, yeah, I pretty much when I'm on podcasts, I speak differently than what I'm doing in the interview. And that's true because in the interview, I'm trying to do several things when I'm listening to the person. I'm just trying to gather intel. I'm just trying to listen to what they have to say. On here in the podcast, I can talk the way I do because I'm not trying to um it's not to impress anybody. I'm just talking more so a relaxed environment about subtopics and so forth that yeah, I have knowledge about and engaging with you all. So yeah, the dialogue is going to be much more fluent, much more haste, what I'm saying, quick to the point. And it's a dialogue. It's one for one. It's a group discussion. So it's a lot that goes on with that. But I do appreciate you all looking out though. They didn't say it in bad, but they was just like, hey, why don't you be more relaxed with the interviews? I'm like, I am relaxed. I'm chilling. And I don't want to go out here and talk just like this. I'm not trying to be real comfortable with fighters that I don't know. I'm just trying to go out there and make sure that it's professional enough for them to do it again. Chocolate get up. I thought Thurman won the fight by a point. Okay. All right. I mean, you know what? I just finished watching the fight just once on the run through, and I really don't know. I thought it would be closer, you know, because I thought he landed the harder punches. He landed more punches in the punch stats, but you gave it to Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought he landed the harder punches. When Manny Pacquiao landed, he landed um somewhat in his punch combination, but shit, when Keith Thurman landed at times, he landed flush. That means starting with a jab and coming with that right. Tiger Stripes say Thurman came out trying to knock Pacquiao and backed up in straight lines. He should have boxed a few rounds to get the feel of Manny's speed and footwork. He should have. He should have found out. He should have tried to find out how quick Manny turned them corners. And Manny was just throwing punches sporadically all over the place. Like if Keith Thurman, he just didn't have no reserve. The knockout was there for Keith Thurman. All he had to do was just be patient and vigilant and catch Manny just being reckless and cracking. Just sit down, get his timing down, and catch Manny coming in the way he was. But Manny Pacquiao didn't care, man. He just said, "I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, how I do it, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it." Especially Keith Thurman. Tiger Stripes said it's that knockdown that one packed the fight. It is, man. Iron Fist. Manny Pacquiao won. Manny Pacquiao won by split decision, man. Believe it or not. Hey, five of y'all in the building, man. Can y'all smash that like button for me? I know this is five new people, so them four likes been there. Hey, smash the like button, man. Get the likes up. Support the media blitz, man. World Combat Sports. I appreciate it. Salute to you. But man, if it would have been a lot more attention given to how reckless Manny Pacquiao was coming in, and for Thurman to try to set him up, but he kept on, just retreating or digressing in line. If he would have just turned the corner on him, just like sort of, I can say when Vasily Lomachenko was facing Jorge Linares, and when Lomachenko came around the corner, Linares had that straight right hand waiting on him. Had that straight right hand waiting on him. Said, no, you're not gonna walk around here following and walking in up here like I'm gonna give you time to set up. No, he got damn blasting him with that right hand. It didn't keep him down, but it sat him down. And that's what I was looking for Keith Thurman to do. Exit on the pivot and let Manny Pacquiao come get him. Let Manny Pacquiao react. And by then you run him into a freaking straight or a hook. I mean, something. But that knockdown did it. So you right about that, Tiger Strike, for real. You right about that. Absolutely, hands down, man. That shit was crazy. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Now, we gonna have to wait and see what old man Pacquiao is gonna fight. Is he gonna step up and fight freaking Terrence Crawford or the winner Sean Porter and Errol Spence, because what I do like, it narrows it down now. We're about to have a unified champion in the welterweight division in Errol Spence. Okay, he's gonna have the WBC and the IBF, and then Errol Spence can go left or right. He can take the easy route and go Manny Pacquiao, who's with PBC, or he can go freaking over the top rank. And I just don't see that happening right now. So Errol Spence can potentially unify the division by defeating Errol Spence. I mean, defeating Sean Portland, and then go over there and fight Manny Pacquiao. He would tear Manny Pacquiao apart. For real. He would tear Manny Pacquiao apart. He would rip that motherfucking WBA from Manny Pacquiao easily. Who should Manny Pacquiao fight next, man? Drop it in the comment section. You know what it is. Who should Manny Pacquiao face next? So while y'all figuring that out, I'm about to give you a little bit of scoop of what happened with the fight card, okay? All right, that's what I do. I talk all, pretty much, most of. I'll put most, not all, combat discipline. Anyway, the UFC had a fight card tonight, and while y'all up here waiting and putting that information, in, I just want to go over who some of the winners. Andre the Pitbull Orlovsky, right? He fought Ben Rothwell, and he won by decision round 3. Alexander Hernandez faced Francisco Trinaldo. Very tough dude. I don't think he's never been stopped. He decisioned him in 3 rounds, 3-round decision. James Vick coming back off a knockout loss to Justin Gaethje, right? You remember what happened first round? Justin Gaethje lit his chin up like a freaking Roman candle. He faced Dan Hooker, and Dan Hooker knocked out James Vick again in round 1. You know what I'm saying? It's time for James Vick to find another occupation. Now, this was the big talk. Greg Hardy and Juan Adams. Juan Adams is one of those guys who can fight. Okay, he wore a romper, a male romper, to the interview session, to the open workouts, whatever the case. And Tyrone called him out on it. He said, "Hey, Dan Hardy said he'll knock out anybody with a romper on. I'm here to get knocked out." So when they finally fought, shit, round 1, 45 seconds, Greg Hardy stopped him. Rest is history. I wish people just stick to the basics and then get their stardom and then work all this other odd shit for attention. Walt Harris, 13-7. He won by first round KO of Aliseki Olenek, 57-13. So we're back to the main event. Rafael dos Anjos. It's crazy. Rafael dos Anjos has been wanting to get back into the groove, but Leon Edwards, Leon Edwards, the one who pretty much walked past Jorge Masvidal in the back and said something to him and got a 3-piece and a soda. Yeah, that Leon Edwards. Pretty good fighter, though. He's a pretty good striker. He won a 5-round decision today. So he's on track of potentially facing Jorge Masvidal later on after he faced, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's coming. These two is coming. Jorge Masvidal, Gamebred, is probably going to face Leon Edwards sometime soon. You can count on it. And that is your Ultimate Fighting Championship fight card preview. Post-fight. Besides that, people, it's been a pleasure as always. This is Scotty White of World Combat Sports. Be sure to turn up and tune in all across the spectrum: Facebook, IG, Twitter, and YouTube. I need for you to help build my YouTube channel up to 10,000 by the end of next week. Let's set goals, high goals, not those low ones, because numbers matter when it comes to this social media dungeon that we in. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the Mount Everest, we're trying to be the Mount Everest of social media. We need more people to tune in and subscribe to the channels and make comments on the videos. Give us helpful hints and insights, okay? So thank you all for tuning in once again. Salute to you. Have a wonderful week.